Alright, I think we're going to get started with this. Doing a Fallout 4 modded playthrough of survival. So, in survival mode, you have to eat, you have to drink, you have to sleep. There is no fast travel. You have to save at a bed. And I do have a mod that allows me to save because Fallout 4 is notoriously unstable, and I'd rather not have an issue where I haven't been able to save and the game crashes because it's a Bethesda title. In addition to that, I also have a modified startup, the alternative starts mod, and then a mod that is Nuclear Wasteland Winter, and it allows the game to always have snow on the ground, as well as having it to where temperature matters and insulation from clothing is important, and you don't want to be out in the cold too long or you'll get sick.
War.
I think we can just go ahead and skip the intro. It's kind of long, and it's not really that important to establish what we're doing, since we aren't really going to be following the main quest line as the original story. We're going to be following it kind of as a modified version, and you'll see as we play through.
Wondered when he'd get.
That's Cheat Terminal. I have that installed to progress some of the quests. Sometimes they can glitch out. Especially since I'm doing a modded startup. Sometimes the Nick Valentine quest can't progress, and the cheat menu is an easier way than using the console to actually progress the main storyline. So we're going to just make a character really quick. We're not really ever going to see him hardly, because I play in first person primarily, but we'll go ahead and make a character. I usually go towards the larger, not quite that far, and thinner. I'm not a huge, like, superhero build type guy. That seems kind of silly to me. Honestly, it's a little unrealistic. Yeah, I forgot. I like preset 4 as my starter.
My turn, big guy.
Oops. Doesn't matter what our wife looks like because we're not going to be married to her since we're using the alternative startup mod. Something like that. Haircut. I do have a mod installed that's supposed to add extra haircuts. I think you have to actually be in the wasteland to get them. I really like Colonial. When I first played through this game the first time, I used Colonial. I think it's a pretty good look for especially this face, and then when we go with the facial hair of Survivalist, it just kind of is like it looks like a rough guy, like he's seen some things. I really like the auburn hair as well. It's closest to like my hair color.
Did I mention how much I love that new haircut?
And then some blemishes. Or damage. I don't like the huge scars. I typically go for like a lot of the smaller scars. I think it's a little bit more realistic than like something like that, and doing some sort of like crazy mangled look. Because our character is going to be like he's a wastelander. He's seen some things. He's a survivor, so we're gonna put some scars to match that up.
I clean up pretty nice.
And that's it. If the mods are all working correctly, which I did test them all out first, looks like Fading Signals campsite, and then we can actually skip this. So we have the choice to either go to the vault and skip the whole like intro sequence, and just immediately start at the vault, or we can wake up somewhere else. What do you guys want to do? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and, this is only a dream, I need to wake up. And we're going to, go into the Commonwealth, start with our special stats, name our character. I've been going with Yeti a lot lately. And then, so that's going to be our character's name. Since this is going to be in survival mode, strength is going to be pretty important because that's going to affect how much we can carry. In survival mode, you do have a slightly, or actually significantly decreased carrying capacity, but we're also going to need a pretty high endurance, and honestly, everything is kind of important to have, but strength and endurance are probably the two biggest ones that are important to have, so we want to kind of set those above average. Agility is going to be important so we can sprint longer. Charisma is kind of probably the least important stat in Fallout 4 because it really only affects how much money you get. In the game just throws caps at you left and right, so we'll dump the rest into these. Unique traits is something that this mod adds. It harkens back to the older Fallout games, Fallout 1 and 2, as well as Fallout New Vegas, where you can take a trait that increases your character in one way, but also decreases them in another way. I've looked through all of these for a survival playthrough. I think broad shoulders might be a decent one. It does make us a little more susceptible to melee stagger, but if we can keep melee opponents away from us, then that won't matter. And then I also want to take, is it fast metabolism? Fast metabolism, because you get the increased healing rate. However, you're more susceptible to radiation and poison. I can't, that's not a bad one. Finesse. It used to be a lot different in the other Fallout games. In this one, in my opinion, critical hits is pretty nice. Outside of VATS, in this game you can only get crits in VATS. However, 30% less damage for normal attacks is kind of really bad for in survival mode when enemies can take you out very quickly. Oh yeah. I might go ahead and take Gifted. It does decrease the amount of XP we get, but it's going to put +2 to all of our special stats, which is going to put our strength, endurance, and agility up higher, and it's going to compensate for having that low luck, low intelligence, and low charisma. And we're going to have it done via the perk chart, as opposed to the permanent stats menu. This way, it's going to essentially give us 2 levels of each stat as opposed to having a constant effect. So instead of being able to have like a max of 10 plus 2 of a constant stat, we're always going to have a max of +10. So we're going to have broad shoulders and gifted. And then we can pick our where we're starting, like what our starting equipment's going to be. There's the Vault Enthusiast, Survivalist, Scavenger, Hunter, Raider, Mechanic, Gangster, Trader, Farmer, Drunk, Doctor, Scientist, Mercenary, Ball Player, Drifter, Thief, Sailor, Greaser, Scout, and then there's even more options. I played around a little bit with the Survivalist, started with some pretty decent weapons and gear. Does anyone in chat have a specific one that they would like me to start with? So I'm leaning towards Mercenary right now. I think Ball Player is probably going to start us with a baseball bat, and I'm not a huge fan of melee builds in Fallout 4, and especially in Survival. Thief might start us with like a knife or something. Scientist might start us with like an energy weapon, which is going to be good damage-wise. A lot of the early game enemies don't have very good energy resistance, but finding ammo is going to be a pain. Doctor might start us with like more stim packs or something. You know, other than like clothing, I can't really think of what these classes are going to start with. So let's go ahead and start with mercenary, and then we can also pick where we start. I have started in the basement shelter that's in Sanctuary. That is pretty close to the start. Red Rocket might not be a bad idea either. If we do want to go through the main quest line, we could also do like near Vault 111. There's a lot of entrance choices. Outside Diamond City wouldn't be terrible, except for the fact that we cannot fast travel in survival mode, which, yes, it'll be nice to start near Diamond City because we'll have it marked on our map, and we'll be able to start the Nick Valentine quest line, which will be able to let us skip a lot of the early game, finding Preston Garvey, finding Codsworth, and then walking to Diamond City, but it's also going to put us into Diamond City without having any extra supplies that we could have accrued. So I think let's start at Red Rocket, and then we can always run back. Let's start with only the essentials. That's going to give us a little bit of gear to start the game with, since we're not going to be starting in Vault 111. We're not going to have access to the 10mm pistols, the batons, the stim packs, the ammo, things like that. So we'll go ahead and start with a little bit on our backs. That way we're just starting with more than just clothes, especially in this like snow hellscape that we're going to have to be in. We can also pick what level we start with. If we're going to do the main quest line, we should probably just start at level 1 or level 5. It'd be kind of crazy to start at like level 200 or 300. I think that's a little bit ridiculous, especially if we're going to be going through the main quest line like we are. We'll start at level 1. It won't give us any perks to distribute at the start, but that's okay. And we're going to go ahead and start. One of the other mods I have installed, other than the snow mod and the alternate start mod that I have, and the ability to save outside of sleeping, that's kind of a must, honestly, for survival. I think only being able to save when you sleep is way too difficult. And then I've also got a mod that allows me to put armor plates in, like in Call of Duty Warzone. I have some mods that add some new weapons to the game, some unique weapons, some like modern weapons like ARs and AKs, a couple different handguns, some different rifles, some different shotguns, a couple LMGs, and then I've got some quest mods to add some companions, like Heather. That's like almost one of the probably #1 companion mod. And then I have some like armor mods and clothing mods as well. So you'll be able to see some of them as the game starts and goes through. So I think I've been playing around a little bit on Nuclear Winter, which is a pretty fair and balanced system, in my opinion. Realistic Winter is going to be probably the easiest version of it. It's going to be cold, but there's not going to... it's not going to always be cold. It's going to actually follow the seasons. And then Apocalyptic Winter is... extremely difficult. That's like the hardest version, and I honestly, being in survival mode, I don't think it's going to be any fun. So we'll go ahead and go with Nuclear Winter. We'll use the Realistic Installation because that's going to use most of our primary weapon or our primary armors that are in the base game, as well as a lot of the modded armors are going to have a snow rating, and it's going to affect how warm we are a little more realistically than just basing it on armor rating. So since we're at Red Rocket, we should be able to get dog meat. I also have Backpacks of the Commonwealth, which is a really good mod for survival mode because it allows you to have backpacks that are going to increase your carrying capacity at the cost of your agility. I have a mod that makes dog meat into a wolf, and then I also have everyone's favorite companion, dog meat, which allows you to have dog meat as well as another companion. However, I
Okay,
don't
then.
believe Heather
Stick
counts as a companion in-game. However, I won't abuse the system. So it looks like on our person, we did just find a stim pack and a pipe pistol, but it looks like we started with a machete, a pipe pistol, a pipe revolver rifle, the assault gas mask, a drifter's outfit, a decent amount of food, looks like some armor plates as well. And then looks like some bobby pins, and these are all like settings. Some scrap that I've managed to grab, and then let's go ahead and make sure the game's on survival mode. It is not. We're gonna put it on survival mode. Alrighty. So our first order of business is probably going to be to craft some gear, because though the gear I have on is decent, it's not going to keep me warm. Not for long, at least. We also do need to go to the... We need to go to the vault as well. So looks like the clothing I have doesn't provide any snow resistance. So we're going to need to grab something that does. Which, if I remember correctly from... If I remember correctly from the testing that I did, there should be a coat as well as a hat inside of the vault. There is a known glitch that the vault doors won't be open for you when you go to do the quest that I'm doing right now, which is to find out what happened to the inhabitants of Vault 111, which is how you kick off the main quest line if you chose the alternate start. There is a glitch that the vault doors won't open, and you can either TLC clip through it, or you can do a command to skip it. If the vault door isn't open, we might have to command skip it, depending on if I can get the clip to actually work. I've tried in testing to get the clip to work. It wasn't able to actually progress the quest, so we're not going to let that hold us down. See, like, look at this. I already have mild hypothermia for being outside in the snow for too long, because my clothes don't have any insulation to them, which I would think a leather trench coat and like a long sleeve coat would have insulation to it, but according to the game it doesn't, so we're not going to let that deter us, though. Because there should be a snow coat in the vault. Another thing the mod does is it even includes interior cells as snow cells, as cold cells, because if they've been like abandoned, and it makes sense because, you know, this building that's been abandoned for 200 years doesn't have heat running through it, and it's going to be just as cold as it is outside, more or less. Another mod I have installed changes the ammos around a little bit. So this pipe pistol, instead of being chambered in 38, it's chambered in 9mm. In real life, 9mm is considerably more common than 38. So this gives us, this chest gives us a hat, the Ushanka hat, which gives us 7 cold resistance. And then the winter jacket and jeans, which is actually better than what we're wearing now, not only for winter resistance, but physical resistance. It's a little worse energy resistance-wise, but raiders aren't using energy weapons, so we don't really need to worry about that. It also looks like the vault door did not glitch, so we're going to be able to actually do the vault quest line without having to glitch it. So, since we are on survival, it's also going to be important to get as much food as we can, because Food.
In here. Where is everyone?
Oh, interesting. Food.
Terminal somewhere.
It has to be eaten, just like in real life. Shouldn't need anything in there. I should just have to interact with Nora.
God. Why would Vault-Tec do this?
Malfunction in cryopod manual release override.
Oh, God.
And then I should have to read some terminals and it should be good. Like you can see mine, mine's empty because I wasn't in there.
Release override.
Why? Why'd they do this?
Cryopod manual release override.
So you can see through like life support and stuff, everybody's dead because the life support systems got shut off. Gonna go ahead and take the time now to add the quick save terminal as a favorite because if I don't do it now, I'm gonna forget about it. So it does only save when you're entering and exiting a building. You still can't manually save, but that should be good enough. There's also like bonuses you can get from being warm, which helps decrease the amount of like diseases you're gonna get and things like that. Which makes it makes sense. If you're not cold, your immune system doesn't have to work as hard. So I believe in this like modded version, somebody was in that pod that we were supposed to be in, and they tried to escape, but they didn't get out. Obviously, they just died.
Manual override initiated. Cryogenic stasis suspended. This is the one. Open it.
In this one, there's also one of the modded weapons in the game. It is the short automatic XM4. It is very powerful compared to like all the weapons that we're getting at up to this point. However, I have 200 rounds for it, which seems like a lot, but it is fully automatic, so we're going to be burning through that pretty quick, and 5.56 ammo doesn't consistently spawn till we're higher level, so we might use that XM4 if we get into like a sticky situation, but we're going to try not to abuse the modded
Terminal's gotta be
weapons.
somewhere.
So now that we have this part of the quest done, the out of time and rumor of a vault done, we can go to Concord and progress the quest like normal. We can talk to Nick, tell him that there's been a kidnapping, but it's not our child. I haven't been through this quest line far enough with Nick to actually see what the dialogue options are, because in the main game you obviously see Kellogg, you know what he looks like, you know what he sounds like, you know what the other people who are with him look like. So not having seen that and only heard the audio log, it'll be interesting to see what your character says. I have interacted with Codsworth with this. Like I said, I started in Sanctuary on my testing playthroughs. And you can talk to, he still has the base game dialogues where he's talking to you and he thinks you're, you know, the sole survivor, but you can call him like a crazy robot and deny that that's who you are, because if you're trying to roleplay as someone who's not from the vault, that in your mind, Codsworth's just a damaged robot who thinks that you're his old master who went to the vault and died. We're going to go over here, get this helmet, even though it probably doesn't provide any warmth. I mean, it's a Kevlar helmet. That screen's just telling me that drinks and food actually will get cold and will freeze. If a drink is frozen, you can't drink it. You know, don't tell any of the slushy lovers out there, but you can't drink a frozen drink. I know I said I wasn't going to abuse the mods, but there is a mod that I installed called TFC Vests. They provide warmth, and I really like the way they look. And this jacket that I'm wearing now is considered underwear, which means I can put this sweet multicam plate carrier over it. It does have a little bit of clipping, but still, that's pretty cool. It's gonna up our warmth value immediately. Plus, we're gonna feel like a real cool operator guy, rocking around in the world of Fallout. We are gonna skip Codsworth's quest line because honestly, it's short, it's tedious, and I really don't want to talk to him. I don't like Codsworth. I'm gonna say it. You know, I'm going to take the opinion that is contrary to everybody else, and I don't think Codsworth's a very good companion. We're going to take luck there because we're going to try to get the Idiot Savant perk, which randomly gives us 3% XP, or 3 times XP from our actions. We are receiving half XP right now, and that is going to be better than having intelligence maxed out in order to receive experience points. Our strength is going to be at 8, our endurance is going to be at 10, and our agility is going to be at 9, which means that we're already going to have the max amount of health possible and almost the maximum amount of armor points or action points possible. So we're going to be starting off pretty good. I do have a bobby pin, but I believe the root cellar has an advanced lock, so I'm not even worried about going there. I'm going to go to the water pump generator that's over here down this way a little bit and grab the 44 Magnum. I'm also going to grab the Kims that are there. I believe in this that Kims and ammo have actual weight to them. That's how it was in New Vegas. I'm gonna have to check real quick. Looks like ammo is still weightless, so kind of doesn't incentivize you to like pick a weapon and pack accordingly, but survival mode in Fallout 4 is so hindering in other ways that it's, you know, that's okay. I'll take what I can get. And since we're heading this way, we'll go ahead and grab Cass because she'll be a follower for us. She's going to provide backup. I think she starts with an energy weapon, which once again is important because enemies in the early game don't have energy resistance. I was just checking to see if there is a way to see how hungry you are like there is in Fallout New Vegas. It does not appear to be. That being said, I could just be a silly little guy and overlooking it. I can check right now if we... I don't think the game thinks that we're on survival mode. That's not what I meant to click. I don't think we're on survival mode. We sure aren't. Okay. I think I hit no before by accident. I still can't see if I... Oh! We're about to find out. We are on survival mode now. Of course, right as I turn into survival mode, we get attacked by some raiders. Cool. Now we can see if ammo has weight to it or not. Ammo does have weight. Cool. That's what I suspected. And we can see our carrying capacity is 180. That's with almost maximum strength and the strong back perk. So you can tell how if you don't go into this with a high strength, high endurance, that you're going to suffer. Music's still going like I'm in combat, but I definitely am not. One of the other mods I have is the extended animations. So it adds extra animations to the character, makes the game a little more realistic. It felt kind of foolish that Bethesda would add an animation for stim packs and only stim packs. So that water was frozen that we picked up, which means we're not going to be able to drink it till we go warm it up, which we can do by entering an interior cell that is considered warm. That's why we're still in combat. That mole rat's still alive. This survival mode also has a benefit to not saving called adrenaline, which will increase the amount of damage you do and decrease the amount of damage you receive, so long as you don't sleep. When you sleep, that resets your adrenaline based on how much you sleep. Also, the quality of bed you have affects how much you can sleep. If you have a sleeping bag, it affects you can sleep the least amount of time, and if you have a raised bed off the ground like the Vault-Tec workshop bed, you can sleep the longest. We're gonna go ahead and start the Minuteman. I want to grab the Perception Bobblehead. I want to grab the Fusion Core, but we are not going to progress the Minutemen yet. I need to hit don't show next time on that. Another reason that we put our agility so high, other than having increased action points, is because it affects how much we can, how good we are at sneaking. Obviously, when you take a lot of damage and don't deal a lot of damage, sneak attacks are kind of the name of the game.
Hey, up here, on the balcony. I've got a group of settlers inside. The raiders are almost through the door. Grab that laser musket.
Oh, and then we also have the rapid action plates that we can put on, which will temporarily increase our damage threshold based on how good of the quality and the size of the plate. Affects how much damage you can block, and it also affects how long the plates survive. We can make junk plates using junk in our inventory, but we can also get actually decent plates. We're gonna go ahead and put on a junk plate for now, and it's cool because the junk plates and the standard plates have different models. So the junk plates have a stop sign or a speed limit sign and some corrugated metal, and then the real plates have actual Like, they look like an actual armor plate, like a ceramic plate, which is, it's a cool little feature. That had 140 rounds. I feel like I'm getting way too much ammo. Like, that had 140 rounds of ammunition in it. And I don't even have, like, Scrounger or very high luck. So it probably ends in E. But it can't be Slate because it only had one likeness. Maybe I'll get a hacking mod next time. Make hacking a little more fun. I guess I could try this one. Yeah, it's not quiet. Kind of what I figured.
There we go.
There we go.
You picked the wrong fight. Come on, get him down!
There's like another 28 rounds. Like, something's a little messed up. I'm getting a lot of this ammo. I feel like I'm getting it way more than I should be, but that's okay. We'll definitely take that. That's a really good weapon. It's a 45 caliber, which means ammo's going to be decently plentiful, and it does more damage than what we have now. So, like a lot more damage. So we're going to go ahead and rock that M4 for a little bit. So there's also part of this mod, or part of survival mode, is if you are over encumbered for too long, you actually can take health damage. We're gonna not worry about taking health damage. We're not gonna get over encumbered. We're gonna leave the encumbrance behind. We're not going to grab the power armor. It's T45. Part of it's broken. I'd rather have the half-used fusion core than the power armor. And the minigun's going to cause us to be over-encumbered if we don't take the power armor. So we're just not going to take the power armor. And we're going to leave. So I need to go ahead and go to sleep, even though I've only been playing for like 3 in-game hours. I'm a really sleepy boy. What can I say? I did manage to grab the blanket, which I got from the vault. The blanket is going to keep us warm even when we're like waiting or sleeping outdoors. It's going to prevent us from taking too much cold damage. There should be a bed in one of these houses, if I remember correctly. Worst case, we can go back to Red Rocket, build a bed, go to sleep. We might have to do that. I guess I could also put on the Minuteman armor I grabbed because it might be better. The helmet doesn't give us any snow protection, so that's probably not worth wearing. Not at this time. The Minuteman armor doesn't give us any. The leather armor doesn't, but it does give us damage resistance, so we'll go ahead and grab that. And the army helmet doesn't either, but it does give us decent damage resistance, so... Oh, yeah, the winter... So, in testing, I had another mod called Polluted Winter, which added a... It was, like, always snowing and, like, always cloudy outside, and, like, it definitely felt more, like, winter wonderlandy. But it just got so old so quickly, having to deal with, like, the constant snow and constant ice, and it just got old, and I kind of got tired of it. I wanted to see the sun, so I went ahead and disabled it for now. We need to get some concrete so we can start building our base. This mod I have allows us to build a base underground. It also protects us from the elements. Some of the bases do have, like, extra supplies in them, but we won't be abusing it. You know, we want to play fair. I do need to find some concrete, though, so I might have to go back to Sanctuary, scrap some concrete, and then come back to here to build our base. Because I don't think there's going to be any more concrete in this area. Probably also heal. So in survival mode, your stim packs also take quite a long time for you to heal. Let's see if this is definitely going to be the gun we're running for. Or hang on, automatic. This is definitely going to be the gun we're going to be running for a little bit. Doesn't have a ton of ammo for it, but like I said, it's 45, so it'll be easy enough to find ammo for. And I feel like having a gun like this early on, even though it does do less damage per round, is going to be a little bit broken. We will go ahead and go for a full auto build, since this gun is in full auto. Make it do 117 damage per round at level 1, or level 2, I guess, technically. Bug's gonna attack me. Oh, he's not going to, because dog meat's gonna not get him. Come on, dog meat. There you go. So we can reheat this frozen blood pack that we found, but we can't make stim packs yet, so there's no point in doing that. We can make some crispy squirrel bits though, and a bunch of grilled rat roach. We're gonna have to eat, so we may as well. I also thought about installing like a desert mod, making it a desert instead of a snow place, but then like I had the snow hardcore mod installed, so it seemed kind of counterproductive to have a snow mod installed for temperature and then a desert mod installed for like ambiance. If I could find like a desert mod that makes it like to where you overheat instead of getting cold, I might give like a desert quote-unquote playthrough a try. But it is still Boston, still Massachusetts. Like, Massachusetts is not a desert. So we need to sleep. So what we'll do is we'll sleep. You can see, like, right here how long it's taking my health to regen. I didn't use the stim pack, I used food, but still, like, it takes time. So you definitely can't play super aggressive. You do have to play a little more passive. So what, let's see. I feel like this is going to be too big of a base for us to use. I've seen this one. I don't really like it. This one is the Bunker and Sanctuary. I wasn't a huge fan of this one. Too enclavey. This is literally just like a cave with a bloody table and some chains. This one is okay. This one is really small. Let's go ahead and do the Cellar Workshop. It's pretty decent. We'll put it right here. So this is the Cellar Workshop. I've never been a huge fan of him, like all the debris on the floor. I'm like, it's your house, why would you not take care of it? But we actually can turn it off with this mod, which is cool. Almost everything in here is going to be scrappable. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the Assaultron, but like, we can scrap it. We can scrap everything in here and just completely start fresh. I think it's a little broken to do all that at the beginning of the game, so we're really just going to use it for the mattress on the ground at this, like, right now. And we're going to, I guess we're going to sleep for 2 hours. Puts us at 7. What we'll do is we'll sleep for now. Yeah, because the bed's not super good. It's going to let us save, but it's not going to heal our fatigue, and now we also need to drink. I guess if we have the resources, we'll go ahead and make an actually nice bed. Okay, we do have the resources. We might go ahead and do that. You can also do like a tent, which is kind of cool. You need leather, but if you're trying to go for like a... Let's go with this one, actually. You know, have the blanket and everything. But if you're trying to like... make like a settlement that is full of like refugees or something, purely for flavor text. But if you're trying to make a settlement that has just refugees, the tents would be pretty cool. Now we'll go ahead and sleep for 12 hours so we can wake up bright and early. I don't know if you can oversleep. That would be kind of funny if you like woke up even more tired because you slept for 12 hours straight. And since we're here, we'll go ahead and also give our boy dog meat. We picked up a sweet bandana. Go ahead and give him a bandana because he's a good boy. And we'll drop off some loot that we don't need. Put it into a chest. Sure. Oh, let's go with this. Oh, there's one right here. Never mind. Put like the weapons that we don't need, but also we can also scrap them. It's like pipe weapons don't sell for much, right? So let's just sell them. Oops, I definitely want to keep that. So I think what we're going to do next is we're going to grab Heather, and then we're going to probably go to Diamond City. I think I'm going to hold off rescuing the Minutemen for now, because the Minutemen have you fight a Deathclaw pretty early on, and it is a weakened Deathclaw. So, like, this is what I kind of was talking about with the snow, but, like, imagine this, but it's, like, pitch black outside, even though it's 7 a.m. Anyway, they have you fight a Deathclaw. It is a weakened Deathclaw, but it is still a Deathclaw. We're not going to grab power armor. We're not going to grab the minigun. We're not going to grab minigun ammo. So, it's going to be a fight that we're going to push off for a little bit. I don't think I've ever seen this random encounter before.
Hey there.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
Huh. Interesting.
You look beautiful. Just like a princess.
Last time I passed through here, it was a guy complaining about long-necked Lukowskis putting ghoul meat in the canned foods. Sure, we had the right quest marker. Cool.
Body aching, sore of heart, Geiger counters off the chart? Kasdan Caravan's got the cure. Alternative medicine products that will fix you up for sure. Kasdan Caravan is currently doing business next to the old cemetery near Covenant. Come on down and see for yourself. You won't be sorry. Body aching. sore of
no,
heart,
I don't have
Geiger
new
counters
encounters with
off
the mods that
chart?
I'm aware.
Kasdan
Well,
Caravan's got the cure.
I probably do. I don't know of any specifically, but I've got like 3 or 4 modded, like mods that add a bunch of quests to it, so it wouldn't surprise me if there's new ones, but I think that's a base game one. I think. Taken care of. I don't think there's anything in here worth grabbing. So far, I haven't had to worry too much about the cold, which is good. Alright. Hey, just kidding. Got you good with that one, didn't I? You know, it probably would have been a good idea to... Audio's doubled from mic only. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna try to fix it a little bit. Give me a second. Okay. Very strange. Yep, and just like that, we're out of ammo. Just this for now, I guess. Goodness, it's a lot of mole rats. A lot of mole rats. Did level up again. Purified water isn't that difficult to get. But is it just food and drink, or is it just drink? Eating and drinking. That's not bad. That being said, I think I'm gonna take Gun Nut simply because I'll be able to put some weapon mods on my rifles. And then there's Heather.
Hi.
I carry the highest quality alternative medicine products you can find in the Commonwealth today. Interested?
Is chems all you've got?
No, not chems. I use plants and scrap to create preparations that heal and support your entire body. Traditional medicine cures you today. Alternative medicine can improve your overall health and vitality forever. It's true. Trust me. Use my healing preparations often enough, and you will see an improvement in your overall health.
And that's true. You have to use it a lot, but you can get a permanent perk if you use her stuff.
Hasn't eaten in days. Scared to death. When you walk up to him, you can see he has a nice little collection of stolen goods. What do?
Confiscate the property by force and leave the boy there as punishment.
That is such a human thing to say. Where are you headed?
Our son Sean didn't get kidnapped because we're not playing as the sole survivor. We're gonna say we are gonna say that though, just to
Sean was kidnapped.
Pick this because this is like kind of the only option.
Bet you 100 caps the Institute was behind it. Their synths are a fucking plague on the Commonwealth. I'll help you track him if you want. I'd love nothing better than to bag one of those murdering, kidnapping sons of bitches.
These synths, what are they?
Synths are robots the Institute sends into the Commonwealth to fuck with us. I need a partner. Someone to watch my back? I'll give you a discount on my products and 200 caps if you'll join me. I need to get off the caravan trail. And you know, you hear about all this cool stuff in the Commonwealth, but when all you do is bust your ass on the road, you never see it.
If you want to leave, why don't you just go?
I won't be hitting the road on my own. I learned that lesson the hard way. I'm not the hero. I get the scar at the end of the story. I don't get the happy ending. So, will you take my offer? Team up with me?
Sounds good.
Fan-fucking-tastic. The name's Kasdan. Heather Kasdan. Been on the road my whole life. Been training with weapons my whole life. If something is going on in the Commonwealth, I know about it. Traders love to gossip. I have a newspaper article for you to read. I don't want to talk about it, but it's true someone did get out, and it was me. Thought you might like to know why I'm trigger happy around synths. Oh, one more thing. I've got a transponder for you to carry. Flick it on, and I'll be able to track you if we get separated. That's it. That's all I've got. It's time to rock and roll.
So Heather's a really cool companion because she, not only does she talk to Dogmeat, she also talks about like all the quest line, all the different factions, different locations in the Commonwealth, and then she has 2 different quests tied to her. It's kind of a info dump right at the start, but Tour of the Commonwealth and Sweet Revenge. With Sweet Revenge, you have to kill 50 cents with Heather in your party. Tour of the Commonwealth, you have to go to all of these different places. She also has an affinity system that actually makes sense as compared to some of the other base game companions. So now that we've read her newspaper article, we can start the synth killing quest line. And then we can also start the Tour of the Commonwealth as well. Let's see. We need to find a place to stop in to get warm. She does have a home, like a settlement you can use that is warm. However, you have to be a certain level of friendship with her in order to get the key. So for right now, we're just going to be a little cold and cope. Unless this place up ahead actually... Oh, that's... Okay, that's Covenant, so... We actually might stop into Covenant and rest up here. I'm gonna also go ahead and save since we've done some stuff. We have moderate hypothermia now, so we kind of need to go warm up kind of quick.
You here visiting Covenant?
Hey, Swanson.
You here visiting Covenant, pal? If not, move along. You know, I'm people loitering around. Not good for the nerves.
See you, Jax.
I'd like to visit.
Since you're first time, we don't just...
Being cautious.
You do what you gotta do. You want to take the test?
Sure.
Good. Take a seat, and we...
Uh-huh.
For everyone who's just joining, we are doing Fallout 4 survival mode with the
You are approached by
hypothermia nuclear winter mod, so that way we have to worry about the cold.
Resonation chamber. What's your response?
And then this is just the goat test from
I wouldn't worry.
Fallout
if
3.
If did that, it'd cause parabolic destabilization of the fission singularity.
Yeah. Next question. While working as an intern in the clinic, a patient with a strange infection on his foot stumbles through the door. The infection is spreading at an alarming rate. The doctor has stepped out for a while. What do you do?
Medicate the infected area as best I can.
You have a medical background. You discover a young boy lost in a cave. He's hungry and frightened, but also appears to be in possession of stolen property. What do you do?
See, this is funny because this is the question that Heather just asked us, but we are going to answer different.
Then turn him over to someone in charge.
Very curious. Congratulations! Hey, you made it onto a baseball team. Which position do you prefer?
Designated hitter.
Are you certain about that? Never mind. Next question. Your grandmother invites you to tea, but you're surprised when she gives you a pistol and orders you to kill someone. What do you do?
I do what Grandma told me to.
Old Mr. Abernathy has locked himself in his quarters again, and you've been ordered to get him out. How do you proceed?
I'd grab a bobby pin and pick the lock.
And that is all you do? Nothing else? Wait, don't answer. Next. Oh no. You've been exposed to radiation, and a mutated hand has grown out of your stomach. What's the best course of treatment?
I'd get a gun and shoot myself.
Near total absence. A neighbor is in possession of a Grognak the Barbarian comic book, issue number 1. You want it. What's the best way to obtain it?
I'd trade him for one of the comic books I own.
You're almost done. Last question. You decide it would be fun to play a prank on your father. You enter his private restroom when no one is looking, and...
I'd loosen bolts on his water pipes. When he turns on the sink, he'll be in for a surprise.
Test's over. No one's ever answered quite like you. But hey, you passed. I'll open up the gate. Welcome to Covenant. Head on in.
Woohoo!
Penny's shop is usually the first stop.
So this is where the grass is supposed to be like extra green, and it just you know, it's fine.
Meaning no offense, but I got a mountain of work to do.
That's stealing!
Caravan came a few days back.
Enjoy your stay.
You have anything for the pain?
I don't recommend. We get a lot of traffic.
After a long day, nothing beats Caesar's lemonade.
Hey, Deezer.
93% of all visitors prefer.
I'll take some.
Enjoy.
Why the brush off? I want to help.
So should we kill everybody in Covenant?
Mark my words.
Well, hello.
I hope Swanson didn't give you too hard a time at the gate. If you ask me, I think he takes his job too seriously. But welcome.
Nice to meet a friendly face.
You're in luck then. Covenant is the friendliest place in the whole Commonwealth. You'll see. You here to shop? I'll make sure to give you a good price.
Let me see what you got.
Best deals around.
She does have ammo. Ooh, $46 a round.
They were
Need any
very
doctoring?
fragrant.
Busted again? Third radio this month. Ted better get on this pronto.
I don't think you can sleep in any of these. Oh,
Good
you
day.
can. Cool. We're gonna sleep in this bed.
Pardon me.
It's on. I need a hand over here.
All right. So we're not gonna kill him. Make sure we
Head on in. Penny's shop is usually
keep
the
that
first
open.
stop.
And we're gonna head towards Diamond City. It's gonna be about here on the map, so that'll get us close. That marker's gonna get us close enough. We want to get there. We could skip it and go straight to Park Street Station, but honestly, it is on the way to Park Street Station. We may as well stop there, but we won't do the whole waiting on Piper to let us in type
That
quest.
takes care of that. I've got this. They didn't stand a chance against us.
And see, using Kim's also dehydrates you, so we want to use stim packs as little as possible, but obviously if our limbs are crippled, we do have to use stim packs. You can't sleep in a bed to get them to not be crippled anymore. And there's no doctor's bags in this game, so That, though, it wouldn't be a terrible idea for me to find doctor's bags as a mod if we decide we want to continue playing through this. That's a 45. That's 45.
Huh?
Go ahead and throw an armor plate on, since, I mean, we have plenty of them. We may as well.
That was tough.
Oh, we're gonna be passing right through Lexington, which is where all the ghouls are. I believe this is Lexington. Oh no, this is Cambridge. This is where their steel is, which means there are gonna be ghouls and landmines, and then a few raiders too. Landmine right there.
You hear that? Shit's got ambush all over.
Nothing there now.
We're gonna see. If I didn't have those plates in, I probably would have died. Am I severely dehydrated? Oh, what's a really cool effect on this mod is if you stand near fire, you warm up, right? Makes sense. Molotovs count. So if somebody throws a Molotov at you and it doesn't hit you, you'll actually get warmed up from it, which, you know, that in itself isn't, like, crazy, but it is kind of cool. It's a nice little feature that, you know, makes sense. Do have mild hypothermia, which is unfortunate, but we'll warm up. I don't know if this fire should count if I stand near it. I have found these big fires are a little inconsistent with if they warm you up or not, though. Yeah, see, it warmed me up a little bit being near it. And then an issue I found with this M4 mod is the grenades fall really short. Like you have to angle way high to be able to actually hit something with your grenades. So. Hey, welcome back, Jax. I just cleared out a raider camp. Was discussing about how grenades with these M4s equipped. That's unfortunate. Are like undershoot really hard. We're just gonna go to bed. Oh, this is the art versus art
Please, please help.
random encounter.
Please, you gotta help me.
Oh no.
You should kill them both. It's the only way to be 100% sure this.
I mean, she was right. When she's right, she's right. We'll kill them both, sure, man. So we can get like an upgraded receiver, does more damage. We can also upgrade the muzzle device, put a suppressor on it. We can put flashlights and stuff, optics, extended mags. We're running out of ammo though. Throw some spicy camouflage on it. Just put some woodland on.
Did you see that?
And then I also have a mod that lets us craft any weapon into a legend. Put a legendary effect on any weapon. It isn't free. It's very expensive, but it's kind of a nice feature because typically I get really bad rolls with legendaries, and I'd rather just save up my legendaries to get something I'd like.
Got it.
Should probably put our armor plate in as well, since we did take a lot of damage from that landmine. We need to get to, we need to find Nick Valentine so we can get all the 45 ammo that the Triggermen use. That'll set us up for a while.
Sound like footsteps these days.
When you turn up, you're dead.
locked tight.
Whoops, that's not the right weapon. It's this weapon. I want to favor there. Then. Ooh. Like that spicy machete kill. Me uses a machete on someone who's sleeping. Everyone else at the airsoft game.
What? Oh, hell no!
There's someone down there. Sorry. Okay. We're getting there. This is the CIT ruins. So this is where the Institute is. Spoiler alerts for a 7-year-old game. We could go over to that. That is a raider base over there. We could go over there and try to clear it out. There's a guy in power armor, which I don't really want to fight, but if we can get a few stealth shots to open it up, we might be able to clean it. Because there's a lot of potential ammo over there. That might be worth doing. And if that's there, you know, Diamond City's just right over there. You can see it from here. Yeah, this mod is really clean, honestly. This with polluted climate, if you want to be in a snowstorm 95% of the time, it's pretty clean. There's another one it's called like Desperados and Badlands. It's two different mods that if you put them together, you get kind of that same effect. You get like sandstorms, you get that real, like, this is clearly a desert play, and that's the other one that I was debating on doing, but I really like this snow mod, that the fact that it adds that like hypothermia and stuff, I think that's really cool, and so I wanted to play with this. But if I find a desert mod that'll actually add like overheating and like maybe it'll increase the amount you're dehydrated, it might be worth looking into. It has to be good though. You know, if it's like not very well made, I'm not gonna use it. Then that's the extended animations framework as well. Letting me drink Nuka-Cola and eat food. Did the guy in power armor just die? I'm probably gonna be streaming for about another 30 minutes. I'll get to Diamond City, try to get to Park Street Station, which is where Nick Valentine is. And then once I get to Park Street Station, before I clear it out, I'll probably stop there for the day.
Hey.
Maybe pick it back up on... Monday, maybe. Stream again on Monday.
Bingo.
We'll see. I don't go to work tomorrow, so I might stream tomorrow, do short stream, clear out Park Street Station. Just depends on if people want to watch and if I really want to play. You know, I really enjoy this game, but I did just play through the entire game, like yesterday. Not all in one sitting, but I just beat it yesterday, so I might be burned out tomorrow. We'll see. Which is the long answer to your question. I don't know, man, like 30 more minutes or so. Do a 2-hour short stream, just hanging out, you know. I could sleep through the night. I really don't want to go through downtown Boston at night, especially on hardcore. I'm gonna have to drink, and I might have to eat when I get up. I definitely think I'm eating plenty. I probably am not drinking enough, which, you know, kind of like real life. You know, we all eat way too much. Don't drink enough.
Raiders that close to water? Wouldn't think they'd want to risk falling in. Might get clean.
Actually, Heather also can novice lockpick and novice hack terminals, but if you have her unlock every 5 you have her unlock, she increases her abilities. So I might have her.
Hey, over here.
Pick this lock.
Hey. Grab anything useful.
Wait, did she unlock it already? No, it's still locked. What the hell? Whatever, we'll just do it.
Nice.
I might do Days Gone, too. Might do a playthrough of Days Gone tomorrow, maybe. We'll see. I just bought it. It came on sale for like 15 bucks, so I figured I'd snag it. I don't know anything about that game, so that'll be a blind playthrough. Maybe I'll upload it at the VODs as like a playthrough as well. So there should be some super mutants ahead fighting Diamond City security. If one of the Diamond City guards die, that is a decent way to get armor early on. We have this modded plate carrier, which is a pretty solid chest armor. It's probably the best chest armor you can get in the game. So we probably won't be using the umpire pads, but the shoulder pads that we can snag might be worth using. They do kind of look silly though, so... And then there's gonna be about to be 2 dead Diamond City security. Well, I'm glad I quick saved. We'll probably just skip this fight. Hopefully that quick save did work. If not, it's just a short run. Yeah. Well, at least I know the that quick save mod works. They probably won't have it. Well, I lied. They actually have a lot of stuff worth grabbing. Say they probably won't have anything worth snagging, but actually it looks like they might. At least ammo. We do it. Oh, we're about to be full inventory space-wise, but that's okay. We'll drop that because I did just pick up this glow-sighted one that's a little bit better. I mean, it's worse than some of my other weapons, but the ammo is plentiful for it. And I feel like for a legendary playthrough, honestly, having like a two-shot pipe weapon isn't the worst, or something that can take 38 because it's light, it's affordable, and two-shot essentially doubles your damage. It is actually 2 shots that are fired, but it only counts as 1 bullet. But it does fire 2 rounds, so if your gun does 20 damage, your gun will do 20 damage per round, but it will fire 2 rounds at the cost of 1 bullet. So theoretically, if both shots hit target, you're doing 40 damage per shot. It's by far my favorite legendary effect in the game. There is a guaranteed weapon called the Overseer's Guardian. It spawns in Vault 81. You have to have 3 fusion cores to be able to get in, and then the weapon sells for around 3,000 caps. So it's not something that you can get too early on in the game unless you do some like,
excuse me,
serious level grinding and stuff, and sell almost everything you own. But I think it takes 45 ammo, so it's going to be a little heavier than 38 ammo, a little more expensive, but still way cheaper than like having to rely on 50 and 308, or you know, like heaven forbid you go to like Nuka World and use the handmade rifle that takes 7.62 ammo and you can only get in Nuka World. So this is Diamond City, but I think we're gonna skip Piper conversation. Yeah, we're gonna skip Piper. We don't want to talk. We're not gonna do Piper's thing. We're gonna save here instead, and then we're gonna run down. Yeah, the 2-shot is very dope. There's typically some dogs that spawn here. Yep, there they are. Look at what I get for being nice. After I was the one who shot the dog full of bullets. We're just gonna ignore that. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Park Shoot Station should be... You don't realize how much you rely on like map markers and stuff till you actually... it should be this way. Till you actually have to try to like navigate without any map markers at all. We're also dehydrated. See, I feel like survival mode was tacked on because like in Fallout New Vegas, which I keep harping back to, but like it tells you how much something hydrates you for, how much something dehydrates you, how much food something gives you. Like, I don't know, this just kind of feels slapped together. Like players wanted a hardcore mode like New Vegas had, and instead of giving like dedicating time to making an actually decent hardcore mode, Bethesda just went, here you go to your little gremlins, fuck you, take this survival mode. Then we're gonna make it really hard so nobody plays it, and because no one will play it, nobody will see the atrocities that we made by building this game mode. If I remember correctly, it's Trinity Plaza, which means Hubris Comics should be right down the street. thought.
We did it again. We killed all those.
This weapon's pretty
poor
decent.
raiders.
I'll use the there's over 800 rounds of for this pipe weapon I have to clear out Park Street Station. Park Street Station will give me 45 ammo. 45 ammo will let me use my pistol more, or my AR more. We're not going to go to Hubris Comics yet. We can get Grogduck's axe from Hubris Comics. It's a really good melee weapon. If you give it to Heather, she will give you more affinity points, which mean affinity points equate to friendship, which means you can romance her, but it also gives you discounts at her store. She is a traveling merchant. We can actually buy stuff from her, and we may have to, depending on how things go. She says, like, alternative healing supplies. When you use her alternative healing supplies, it also gives you affinity points. Leveling up with her gives you affinity points. And then, if you use her... Still over encumbered. If you use her stuff enough, you get permanent effects. I think the one that I got when I was testing this, we got plus 10 to our damage threshold, which is really good. And then our health passively regenerates faster if you have the Life Giver perk, which full rank, the Life Giver perk allows you to passively heal, which we probably should be working towards. But I think this is where we're going to go ahead and stop for the night. It is currently 8:38. I did get here a little quicker than I expected, so a little bit shorter of a stream than I thought. I probably could clear out Park Street Station, but we'll leave a little cliffhanger, you know, so next time, you know, people will want to see me clear out Park Street Station. We'll go ahead and level up real quick, though, grab Life Giver, and then we'll save and call it a day. You'll get to see my my OBS recording software real quick. And see that I can't even end my streams on time. Terrible. I'm a terrible streamer. See, YouTube doesn't make it easy to stop streaming. They want you to stream forever. Watch me fail to stop streaming. I'm doing everything they don't want you to know about. Yeah, it's not easy to end streaming, apparently. Stop streaming. I don't know where my live studio is. Very strange. Live. See if this will do it. I don't think it does, though. Interesting. I was able to end the stream so easy yesterday. Now you get to see the back rooms of YouTube. So I'm not able to, the live studio isn't pulling up. Very strange. Well, show's over, everyone. Go home. There we go. View Live's control room.